Sorry about that, babe.
Alright guys, we're back with another unboxing. This time we're going to be taking a look at Lagoon on the SNES, as well as the hint book, which I didn't realize even existed until I started my playthrough, funny enough. The 3D action fantasy that is attracting RPG players in waves. Get it? Lagoon, water. I know. I spelled it out for you. Anyway, taking a look at the sides and tops and bottom of the box, and now we're going to look at the back. Lakeland has a drinking problem. All the water has been fouled, and it's up to you to find out why. As Nasir, child of light, you will embark on a quest that demands great courage and fortitude. It's a journey that takes Nasir from childhood to manhood, played out against breathtaking 16-bit backdrops. Along the way, you must negotiate a network of labyrinths filled with horrifying 3D creatures. Using weapons, magical items, and 16 spells, you could turn the tide, defeating the forces of evil and restoring pure water to this once tranquil little town. So, you're kind of going to get like regurgitation of that story throughout the box here, but we're not really going to go over every single time unboxing, not just the box. That's the Dwarf Cave. That is actually one of the later battles against Thor. I believe that's actually Lagoon Castle, which is the last castle of the game. And that is a item shop. I think it's the one after Elf Field, if I remember correctly. So they give you a lot of end game. Two of those screenshots are basically end game. Kind of odd. But not a whole lot to look at here, which is exactly why we're going to be taking a look at the hint book afterwards. But first, let's always look at the cartridge. Obviously, guys, everything that I have is authentic. Battery backup still works. I actually played off of this on my analog Super NT. There was no ROM loading like I've done in the past, but like, you know, reproductions and stuff like that. It's in decent shape. It could use a little slight cleaning, but it's kind of to the point where it's like, meh, whatever. Taking a look here at the instruction booklet, very nice colorful artwork there, obviously reminiscent of what's on the front cover of the box as well. Pretty cool demon wave. Very colorful though. Again, guys, old manuals are so nice. Here everything is laid out very clearly as to the contents. And here we kind of have a little bit of a more illustrious backstory. It's pretty much talking about the water going foul and how Nasir is the child of light, and there was also the child of darkness, so on and so forth, the evil Zera, blah blah blah. It's stuff that, you know, you'll see as you go along. It's not the most in-depth story, but they also lay it out for you when you start the game as well. Looking at the contents here, I kind of skipped over it. They went over some general controls, and here we have breakdowns of the various characters. Aforementioned Nasir, Matthias is like the guy who trained him. Thor, you team up with him throughout the game. Zera is bad, Felicia's the princess. And Duma and Battler are two of the bigger henchmen for the evil Zera. Kind of going over general mechanics here on how to navigate through the town and basically play the game, as well as the status screen, which is brought up, I believe, by pressing start, if I remember correctly. It's been a couple weeks since I last played. Standard stuff there, you know, level, strength, MP, blah, 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 blah. Throughout that menu, you could also access your items, and here are various helpful items that you could find along your way. Many of these are consumables, with exception to the ancient book, of course. Going over the magic, which is one of the more interesting things of the game, you combine the crystals and staffs, and you can get up to 16 different spells when you mix and match, and that is a perfect table to learn how to do so. And here we're going to go over the equipment. It's actually pretty cool. They show you everything you can get in the game, all the swords and the armors and the shields. The sprite does change, which is also cool. I forgot one of the shields in the game. I can't remember if it was the Great Shield or the Maxim Shield, but one of them I skipped. I think it was the Great Shield. I didn't skip it on purpose, by the way. Just didn't find it. You get 5 rings as well, with, in my opinion, the Curing Ring, which you get towards the end of the game, being the best, and the Power Ring being the second best for sure. Obviously, Protective Ring you get first, but yeah, the Curing Ring and the Power Ring are definitely most important. And here is actually a mail away for the hint book, and that's actually how I learned about the hint book, was I looked at the end of the manual while I was playing. So then I hopped over to eBay. Doesn't seem to be very popular or very well made. There was only like 2 or 3 on at the time. You guys could see this is in rough shape, water damaged, cover damaged, so on and so forth, but luckily everything is actually still intact and very much readable. The water damage stains are mostly at the bottom of the page, and I actually find this hint book to be very, very good. for what was it, like $7.95 I think when it came out. You definitely, if you were going to play through this game, it's good to have, as it shows maps of every single area in the game to my knowledge. Not only that, but they are labeled. They tell you where you go, like, you know, from this door, that door, and there's also things that tell you about where all the items are too, which is great. Had I had this in time, I probably wouldn't have missed my shield. And they also give you hints in various areas and for boss fights and stuff at the bottom. It's very useful, actually. When you combine this with the instruction manual, you really don't need anything else. They call it a hint book, but in reality, it's pretty much, well, I guess it's not really a strategy guide because they're only giving you hints, right? But having the maps is like literally like 50+% of getting everything done. So that's it, guys. That's Lagoon on the SNES. To my knowledge, this is pretty much everything that you can get with it other than random inserts and, you know, disclaimer pieces and whatnot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in another unboxing. Take care.